Welcome, fellow Planeswalkers, to Janky Meta, the place where we share the most entertaining and thrilling Magic the Gathering Arena gameplay, along with exclusive tips and tricks to help us master the game, to dominate our opponents, to unleash our full MTG potential. In these daily videos, we explore new card combinations and synergies designed to level up our best of one and best of three performance in today's most challenging meta, and journey through the multiverse to uncover the secrets of combat and interaction we'll need to reach the very pinnacle of mythic rank and battle it out against the very best players in the world to stay there. Today's mid-range list is called Midnight Rank, and we've borrowed it from Untap.gg, which is an incredibly valuable tool that we use every day to find the deck list that we play and to study the deck list that we play against. In essence, Midnight Rank uses a mono-black Planeswalker focused strategy to control the battlefield and curve out from Liliana all the way up to Vraska. We use 23 basic swamps, 1 Mire, and 1 Blast Zone to get there, and we also have lots of removal like Cut Down and Edict, lots of card draw like Bankbuster and Sorin, and once we have control, we aim to cast our biggest spells like Obliterator and Invoke Despair and completely take over the match and claim undeniable victory. So without further ado, we charge ahead and showcase our Midnight Rank list, vanquish our opponents, and offer the full measure of our devotion to the land. On the play, this is just the kind of hand that we want to see, so we're going to go ahead and keep these cards, and let's go. Opponent feels like they're red. Yup. Phoenix Chick, right off the bat. That's a cut down. On these first few turns, when we have lucky enough to have Cut Down and Go Throat in hand, we look for the targets that Cut Down can hit, because Go for the Throat can almost hit every other thing. We're gonna leave Epicure alone for now. Here's another check. We're gonna leave that alone a little bit. We're gonna see if we can draw another Cut Down. But of course, we have the Trespasser, which they can't remove unless they discard a card, which is nice. It's very persuasive. It says, don't interact with me. They don't. They have Reckless Impulse. They did not. Oh, they hit a land. I just couldn't. I'm not familiar with that art. Okay, they hit another Epicure. They're going to come in with another Peck from the Chick. Now we have Sorin, who's vulnerable to the Chick unless we use his -2 ability to create a vampire, which is what we're going to do. We'll save our Trespasser back also for defense on Sorin, and see what our opponent thinks about all of that. They might just point a lightning bolt or play with fire. They're going to do End the Festivities. They're probably going to do another one of those, because that doesn't quite finish Sorin off. No, okay, yep, they doubled it up onto the vampire, so we can't gain any life. The Chick is going to come in and hit Sorin and finish him off. And we've done a lot of damage to their hand at this point. They only have 2 cards. And as you can see, they're scrambling, trying to find something. They actually discarded a Swift Spear, which is music to our ears. At this point, I think we start attacking in. Because we have Go for the Throat up, we'll go ahead and remove the Play with Fire first, so that when their Bloodthirsty Adversary comes in, it can't target that spell from their graveyard and cast it for free. Because that is something that one of their cards can do. And we found that out on Untapped GG, of course, where we got this deck list to begin with. Feldon comes in, which is awesome because we can simply destroy him, and his ability doesn't trigger because we're not actually damaging him, we're just simply taking him directly off the board. We'll let the Swift Spear resolve and we'll see what's next. So they're gonna leave a blocker up. Let's see if they pump the Swift Spear at all. Nope. Okay. So we'll keep the Go for the Throat active. We hit Shieldred's Edict. Okay. So we can play our Swamp out. And we'll attack in. With this time, we'll gain a life, and we'll take Feldon. We gain a life, and our opponent will lose a life. We have 2 removal spells up. We'll see if they block. They don't block. We will wait and see, because both of our spells are instants, and we have plenty of mana. So let's find out what our opponent does to make which one of their creatures the worst. So then we'll target that one. Feldon. See, Feldon is the worst. So good thing we waited. We'll pass to attackers. You know, honestly, they are doing a really good job, but they're completely out of cards at the moment. And if we cast Shieldred's Edict right now, we'll at least limit some of the damage. They're not, and they won't actually, yeah, they won't remove the Epicure. So, sacrifices a non-token creature. So we're out of cards 2 now. So they've done a very good job. Well, we've both done a very good job. Oh, they sacrificed their only blocker. Interesting. Okay, and we found Liliana. Also quite interesting. So, no cards to discard. We'll just go directly to making them sacrifice a creature. They'll probably do one of the Swift Spears, I would think. Nope. It's the chick. So Liliana is dead either way, so we'll go ahead and attack in. And we'll take Feldon again. We are waiting. See, just like they drew Squee, that's a very good draw for them. We're waiting for kind of like our version of Squee. Liliana soaked up some of the damage there. Let's cast the other Edict here. Non-token creature, of course. Such a good card. It's tri-modal, means it has 3 options. They sacrifice Squee, so they can just recast him again. Unfortunately, they forgot that we have the Graveyard Trespasser. So we'll simply just take Squee from them. A mistake that might cost them. See what they draw. Nothing is set in stone here. They bring back the chick. Okay. Oh no. Well, this time we get to take 2 things from their graveyard and gain 2 life and bring them down by 2, but see, we're dead on board right now. But then we'll go up to 7. Wow. I mean, it's really our only option, so let's go for it. We'll do a Swift Spear and an Epicure. We'll gain 2 life. And they're down to 1. And it's their game to win or lose. Oh, no. Wait, what happened? That's one of the new cards that I don't understand. But we won. Yes. I'm happy. Oh, thank you for asking. Hydration. We're gonna play first. And we have, it's a little iffy because we don't have the lands, but I think we do have some early plays. Give us some time to draw those lands that we're going to need to get into these cards, and I think it's good to go. Opponent keeps all their cards, and the game is afoot. Okay, so opponent is showing us Grixis colors, which is not unusual at all. We'll go ahead and play out, we'll get this started. Well, actually, because we drew our 3rd land, we do kind of want to get this started. We'll gain some life. Extra life does tend to come in handy, and it'll actually prevent them from playing any of their small creatures because it's immediately going to kill them. Unless they can figure out a way to play... Okay, so they played a slightly bigger creature. So we'll just go ahead and gain some extra life. It says we could give it -1/-1, but then it would still be alive. So we gain 2 life there. We'll play our next swamp. In my considered opinion, I do not believe that they have Planeswalker removal other than Shieldred's Edict, which we also play. And they don't have hasty creatures, so I think Liliana has a good chance to live here and stick on the board. So let's hope that's the case. They duress us, and they're going to be able to get that go for the throat. Now they know what cards we have in hand, and they go ahead and they play a Bloodtithe Harvester, which gives us information. It tells us that they don't have any counterspells, because the 2 cards we have in our hand that they can see are definitely counterspell worthy. So they don't have any. Or maybe they're just bluffing, I don't know. But we can make them discard, and we probably... Well, we don't want to make them discard, actually, because we want all the cards in our hand. Okay, let's cast Shieldred. And say go. Now we'll end the turn. If we were to tick Liliana up to 2, then we would need to discard a card, and we're giving them information by doing that. We're saying not only is the card you can see extremely good, but the card that you can't see is also extremely good. They're definitely going to have some kind of removal spell on Shieldred. They pretty much have to have it. Well, maybe not. They do a Corpse Appraiser, and they're going to steal their own Harvester, which gives them a look at the top 3 cards of their deck, and they can pull a creature from those selections. Let's take a look at what they cycled out. Okay, so they are definitely an Atraxa Reanimation list, which means we have to kill them very quickly. Now we don't have a lot of land, and they could potentially bring Atraxa online quite quickly. We have a go for the throat. I think our play is well, this is a tough one. We're running out of time. Let's kill the Blood Tithe Harvester. And we will attack in with Shieldred. Don't think that they'll block. The chance that they are going to reanimate Atraxa from their graveyard is pretty high, I would say. Pretty high. And that would argue kind of for playing that instead. But we have 4 of these. Maybe we should... Nope, end turn. If we make them discard and we discard something so awesome as Invoke Despair and then they just discard a land, we're going to feel pretty silly. So we're not going to do that. Liliana is kind of useless at the moment. They do another Corpse Appraiser. Okay, so they don't have the spell in hand, either Cruelty of Gix or Shieldred's Restoration, which allows them to pull Atraxa from the graveyard directly to the battlefield. They don't have that, which is good. It's very good. Hydration. They just don't have it, and they're not going to stick around. So, thank you, opponent. We rank up to Plat 1. We are on the draw, and we've got a really nice curve here. So we're going to keep. We have 3 lands, and we even have a special land that does extra stuff. So we are going to play a basic swamp, and say go. Opponent is showing Jund colors, and they're going to duress us. They're going to take the cut down, probably not the Invoke Despair, because, whoa, wait. Nope, they're going to take the Liliana for sure. Because they can handle, yeah, they feel like they can handle the cut down, no problem. So they're going to take the Liliana. And we're going to say go. They're not going to cast any of their little creatures because they know we have the cut down. We'll go ahead and play the Graveyard Trespasser. We won't get any value out of the graveyard right now, but it's a nice presence to have on the board. They're going to immediately take it out with a Go for the Throat, which means they're going to have to discard. It's possible that they discarded a Witness the Future, which is strange because they're showing Jund colors. There's no blue here. Anyway, we will play our 4th basic and get Sorin on the board. And one of the great things about Sorin is that if there's nothing on the battlefield that he needs protection from, you simply just plus him and you get this great card advantage. So we pull an Invoke Despair off the top, and I think we take 5 damage to do this. So we're down to 15. we take the second Invoke Despair, and the Shieldred's Edict are soaring. They're gonna gain 2 life off this. And we're gonna play Takenuma as a land. We're gonna just invoke the despair out of them. Oh, I always like to... We drew another Invoke Despair. Oh, God! Oh, no! Oh, opponent! What, they just passed? What happened? I had a moment there. Okay, well, let's hit them again. They don't know about the Phyrexian Obliterator yet. We're gonna have to discard. Wait, we can play this. Yeah, we have to discard. Wow. Well, by this time, they don't have really small creatures, so, and we've got plenty of mana, so we'll go ahead and discard the cut down, because they can see it. See the little eyeball on it? They've seen that card, they know it's there. So we'll get rid of it. Now our hand is completely eyeball free. They're gonna Invoke Despair us! It's an Invoke off! Okay, if they have another Invoke Despair, then we're going to die. Right? No, it's only 2 life. I think we have them. I think all we need to do here, and we can even put something on the board. We can put a Bank Buster on the board. Okay, so we Invoke Despair again. We drew another land. Oh, there's a life. Okay, we'll play that and we'll gain 2 life. I think opponent has had it. And that even soaks up. So we'll discard a Bank Buster, not very helpful at this moment. If they cast another Invoke Despair on us, yeah, we only take 4 damage because the Chishiro eats it up. Oh, opponent. They're thinking to themselves, they can't have another one. They can't have another one. But we do have another one! That deserves a look. That deserves a look. Alright, but we're on the draw, and we're going to keep this hand because we've got a nice curve all the way up to Vraska even, which is really nice to see. Maybe we'll get to play Vraska. So immediately we play out our swamp, and we have a cut down ready to go. Opponent is showing Esper colors, blue, white, and black. We draw another land, which is just fantastic. Now we have cut down or Shieldred's Edict ready to go. They could potentially play a Rafine right now. They play Fight Rigging instead, which is fine because that means the next creature they play is going to be very large. They're going to want to play in a very large creature because this card has payoffs if they do that. So we are going to keep Shieldred's Edict in our back pocket, so to speak. And we drew the Phyrexian Obliterator as well. So we'll play out another swamp, and instead of like playing out a Liliana, we'll keep Shieldred's Edict up, because that's kind of the game plan right now. And they're gonna play what? They're gonna play a Gwenna. Okay, Gwenna is extremely dangerous for us, but she is also cut down vulnerable. So we'll go ahead and do that. And that will foil the opponent's plans temporarily. We can't let our eye off the ball here. And we'll go to our turn. See, we drew another land. At this point, we can keep the Shieldred's Edict up, we could play Sorin, we could play Liliana, we could even play the Phyrexian Obliterator. But if they manage to play like another Gwenna, or a bigger creature like a Shakedown Heavy, and get that card, they'll get to cast that card for free. And we can't have that, so we're actually going to pass. Because we have Shieldred's Edict. And that's just kind of unstoppable. Yeah, see, oh, it's Ward 2, but we don't even care because the Shieldred's Edict doesn't even target. So we don't have to pay the ward cost. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature, yes. So they just sacrifice it right off the board. We did not draw a 5th land in a row, which is okay. I think we can deal with that. At this point, I think our best call is possibly the Sorin because it has card draw built into it. And then maybe we can come through with a Liliana for whatever they Invoke Despair, perhaps. A Sorin is gonna give us another card, and that's what we need. We'll plus Sorin for the card. And it is a swamp, so we take no damage from that, and we'll play it out. Excellent. That's just what we were hoping. Okay, they're going to be able to play another Kraken. This is going to trigger fight rigging. Unfortunately, we'll see what they have. It's another fight rigging. Holy moly. Okay, well, we can easily take care of their Kraken. And we even have, let's see, we have 6 mana at our disposal. They'll simply just sacrifice the fight rigging. If we cast Invoke Despair, they will sacrifice the fight rigging. On the other hand, we could cast Vraska. Target creature. No, that wouldn't work for us. Okay, it's pretty much Liliana. That's fine. But let's plus Sorin first and give ourselves a look-see. It's a go for the throat, which is excellent. We'll go ahead and reveal that. We'll take 2 damage for that. And they're like, the opponent's thinking, well, my creature's got ward 2. Well, guess what? Doesn't matter. Liliana is going to get around that ward 2 nice and easy. And the Kraken is gone. See you later. Next up, we have whatever creature they cast, unless it's an artifact, it's dead. It's not going to trigger the fight rigging at all. It's an Armored Scrap Gorger. We don't care about that at all because fight rigging keys off of power 7 or greater, and it's currently going to be at a 1. Okay. They might have another play. They don't. We can cast Vraska at full price, take no damage, and draw a card, lose a life, and proliferate. And I kind of think that's what we want to do. But first, let's do the Sorin. Oh, this is just brutal. Okay, Sorin reveals to us a Graveyard Trespasser. We will decline that based on the fact that we can cast Vraska right now. We will pay the full cost for Vraska. We will proliferate Vraska. We will draw the Graveyard Trespasser and only lose 1 life rather than 3. We will proliferate every single Planeswalker we own. And then, Liliana, you did a good job, but that creature needs to go because they're suffering from mana right now, and that was a mana rock. Well, technically they call it a mana dork. Okay, Archfiend of the Dross triggers fight rigging. Is it another fight rigging? No, it's Nissa. Nissa creates an 8/8, but we drew another go for the throat. Oh, wow. Okay, so we can do 13 damage to the opponent right now to their face. I think that's what we're gonna do, honestly. I don't see why not. You ready? Awesome. Okay. Then let's go for the throat on Archfiend. And we will draw a card. It's another Sorin. We'll proliferate. Opponent has seen enough. We go first with the killer curve. Keep. Play the swamp. Cut down is up. Opponent is going to show us a soldier deck. Okay, we drew another cut down, so that's good news. Shieldred's Edict is a little tricky here because they have a way of flooding the board with creatures, and they have lots of tokens which are kind of like without value. So perfect. We'll use the Shieldred's Edict on the Valiant Veteran, and we'll move into our turn as soon as each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Boom. Valiant Veteran is down. We'll play our third Swamp, and Graveyard Trespasser I think is the play, so we can eat up the Veteran. Not that they're even halfway close to it, but the special ability can work from the graveyard. It's no longer in the graveyard, so that's good. Now, what do they have? Skystrike Officer, that's a cut down target. We drew another Shieldred's Edict, or we can get Liliana kind of up and running. I think Liliana actually is the play here. She has so much value on the board once we activate her ability, and they don't have haste creatures, so we don't even have to hang Graveyard Trespasser back. We will attack in and gobble the officer next. And they are down to 15, we're up to 22. We still have 6 cards in hand. We've got a long way to go. Long way to go. We have 2 cut downs to help us get there. They're going to ossify Liliana. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Alright, so we did not draw any land. So we'll go ahead and hit them for another 3. No need to take that. We'll just leave that in there. It's got nice art, you know, no need to exile that cool art. We have Shieldred's Edict up and a cut down to follow that up if need be. We didn't cast any spells, so our Graveyard Trespasser has changed into a Graveyard Glutton. Gluttonous. They didn't play another land either. Huh. Alright, well, rather than use the Edict, I mean, potentially they could be playing a Wandering Emperor, which is a Planeswalker that Edict can hit. And we have all these cut downs, so we might as well just hit the Skystrike Officer with the cut down. It's perfect value. Opponent doesn't like what they're seeing here, so they go ahead and scoop it up. Feels good. Hydration. That's a wrap. Please tap the like and subscribe buttons, and also let me know in the comments if you'd make any changes to the list. Massive thanks to all the Planeswalkers out there consuming this content. Salutations to the Janky Meta Nation. You are excellent. The response has been phenomenal, fantastic, and deeply encouraging. Thank you. We are Janky Meta, and we'll see you tomorrow in the next video.